Hi, guys. Thanks for joining my YouTube channel. Well, guys, the plot thickens. Marsau Scott's mistress has been exposed. Oh, my goodness. Well, apparently, allegedly, the mistress is a young lady that owns a boutique. I won't give you her name, but she does own a boutique, and apparently another young lady who is also a stylist for Letitia gets the clothes from this young lady's boutique. And you'll find that she's dressing Letitia like her clone. She's an AKA. She's also a chemist. She's an alumni from A&M, a university. She's very well known with Letitia as well as Marsau. Her and Marsau meet up occasionally. That's the Atlanta Connect. He meets up there with her, and it's been said that he has used some of these boy trips as alibis to meet up with this young lady. Research has been done by other bloggers who have confirmed this information. They've gone on and done their research, pinpointing these two in Atlanta on the same dates. It's being said that on Martell Holt's last boy trip, she was there, I believe, celebrating her birthday, where she had pictures indicating that she was at a steakhouse, and Marsau was also in Atlanta on that same day. And so we know that he doesn't have to have any explanations. He was off for the weekend for the boys' trip, this last one, so Tisha knew where he was going to be. But we see that he just goes to Atlanta on a whim, for a day trip or whatever. We don't know if he stays out nights, but he doesn't have to inform her normally of what he's doing. Atlanta is only about 3.5 hours from Alabama. So, he goes take a quick trip, spend a couple hours, and he's back. He doesn't have a curfew. So in the information that I saw for myself, everything this young lady wears, we've seen Tisha wear on the show. Okay, and so you'll see some photos of her and Letitia, and they look like twins. She's wearing her hair like this girl, the same AKA jacket, the same dresses. There is a go-between. There is a young lady who is, the go-between, who gets the clothes from this boutique. And, she styles Tisha in the clothes. But how crazy is that? How crazy is that? Oh my God, allegedly. If this is correct information, if this is so, Marsau, you are a dirty son of a something. You are dirty having your wife live vicariously through another young lady. And he is the author of this stuff. He's the one that put the connections together. They're saying this girl, she's lucrative, she makes good money, she is a chemist. They're saying she's from a stable background, she's from money. And it's being said that, back in A&M, she wouldn't date Marsau because I guess he was considered broke. He was working at a movie theater, and he had like dead-end jobs. But now, he's on TV. He's supposedly He does own Black Cigar Lounge. He's a foreman. He has a show construction company. So he's getting these big contracts and so on and so forth. So, hey, this girl, I guess she feels like, he's a prominent candidate, and she struck it big. And they're saying this girl likes the limelight, she wants to be discovered, but she knows it won't go over well. She wants to be out there. You understand? She wants to be out there. It's said that one of the bloggers did contact her and asked her, these questions like, does she know Marsau? And she kept commenting hearts. And, the questions started getting harder. And then she just ghosted her altogether. She stopped commenting, you know, because I guess she feels like, they're honing in on me. They're getting closer. And the person that's reporting all this stuff is this girl's best friend. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? This is why you don't let anybody get anything over your head, because there's no telling what people will do when they have this kind of stuff on you. It's being said, this young lady has had a lot of failed relationships in her day. And so she'd rather play it safe with someone else's husband. You know, I'm sure it must be hard. It must be hard to watch him with his family, to play on the sidelines. But, the main idea for most side chicks, who understand what they have to deal with in the interim of messing with a married man, her take is that she'll continue to get the benefits, the monetary gifts, the dinners, the other gifts. And, she'll make the sacrifice, as long as she has to. Because again, the other guys that she's dated didn't pan out. They were bump on the logs. She's been hurt a lot. She doesn't have to be doing this because quite naturally she has her own money. But as most of them do, this girl gets a thrill from this. She gets a kick out of it. She enjoys being chased. She enjoys somebody acting as if they're very interested. When it's every so often, you could feel like you're being chased because she's sought after. He calls her, they got the schedule, they have to, get their times together. They have to be on the same page where they're going to meet, the hotel they're going to go, whatever. So, it seems like you're getting attention, but it's not, it's negative attention. But if you understand what you're in it for, yes, emotions are going to get involved. But most of these women who play this type of position usually put a wall up. You understand? They've usually been hurt so many times to where they're numb. You understand? And they feel like, I'm going to do what men do, which women, we could never do what men do. It's just not possible. You understand? Men are wired different than women. Okay, now you hear a lot of women say these things, but understand that most of these women have been jaded a lot of times. They have these huge walls up and, they become numb to the situation, to where nothing is going to penetrate, my heart. Nothing's going to move me. But most of it's false a lot of the time. Sometimes you do have people, with this attitude because of the emotional roller coasters that they've been on a lot of times. Not all the time, but a lot of times. A lot of times, you'll find a lot of them are strippers. a lot of times. Not all, but a lot, a lot of times, you know, because in the back of their heads, a lot of them, they have a disdain for men. I'm going to get him before he gets me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use him. I'm going to have him trick on me. I'm going to have, this is the mindset. This is the attitude. You understand? I'm going to get what I can get from him. I don't care what he does. He can't hurt me. I've been hurt enough. And I'm a do what niggas do. That sort of attitude. Which is pretty typical these days. But yeah, so that's so far what we have on this current situation. I feel so bad though. I feel so bad for Letitia. She is very thankful and excited for her glam team. She's always shouting them out. She shouts this girl out and her boutique. You've even seen her, if you follow Letitia, you've probably already seen her advertise and model these clothes from this girl's boutique. I think it's 2 boutiques that she deals with. And, they send her clothes. I was under the assumption that they give her clothes for free. But it's being said that she pays for these clothes. So Marsau does keep it, he does keep business flowing for his mistresses. We've seen, it seems to be a pattern. Okay. And so he set this deal up with this young lady who he knows owns a boutique. Tisha's on the show. I doubt if she was using a stylist or doing this before Love and Marriage Huntsville, but he keeps their pockets lined in addition to whatever else he does for them. We saw the same thing with him utilizing Martell's cousin, the hairdresser, to do Tisha a unit. Mel set it up, but, Martell, it was alleged that Marsau had been messing with her as per Melody for 3 years, and so Tisha said she paid the full price for the wig that she made for her about 2 years ago. And so, yeah, so let me finish putting this story together and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.